intro was fabulous. Look
Yeah,
down for us today.
yeah, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Listen, today we are here. It's Speaking Facts in 15, and I am your host, Kiss Wolf Now, Charmaine Armstrong, and I'm here with my co-host, aka my dad. Take it away.
What's up, everybody? J.R. Stewart here with you on Speaking Facts in 15, brought to you by Kiss Wealth Now, taking care of all your commercial and residential real estate needs. And speaking
That's
of
right.
commercial and residential real estate, I can just segue
Yes,
right into talking
that's
about
right.
home ownership. We did this probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, but
That's right.
this is a very volatile market right now. And I don't know much about it, and I know it's volatile. So I wanted to come back and so my daughter can, who is
Yes.
a realtor, can talk to you about what new programs are out there, what's going on in home ownership, especially first time home ownership, and then even refinancing your home, what's going on in the market. So,
Yes,
go
yes. Let's take it away. Yeah, exactly. Well, you guys, volatile is definitely the word, and we're waiting for conversations today. A lot of the numbers that come out, the feds watch all the numbers. The biggest one is the jobs number. And if there are more jobs, increasing in jobs, and the feds feel like, hey, this market is good. Right now, we're waiting for that new report to come out. The jobs number was kind of flat, and they were saying we're coming off of a holiday. With that being said, they don't look that great, but there's a lot of other indicators that are going on in the market that is definitely the feds have to think about. And one of those is credit card debt. And I know we said we're talking about mortgages and home ownership, but credit card debt definitely affects a lot of people, and maybe even will put a pause on home ownership for some people because of the amount of credit card debt. So you guys, right now, the average interest rate on credit card debt is like over 25% for most people. 25% on a credit card. That's a lot, compared to maybe when those rates were 14% last year. So everything's more expensive. But when we talk about the rates for home ownership, and those are in that 7% range, when we talk about interest and things like that, it's probably makes more sense to be paying on a home with that higher interest rate versus credit cards at that very, very high interest rate, because the difference between having a debt that you can leverage and just having a debt, and your home ownership is a debt that can be leveraged. You're going to gain equity in your home. And I talked about this the other day. If you're able to apply extra to your principal when you own your home every month, you're creating equity in your property, which means that you're going to owe less than what your property is worth. That's the gap, and that's what's called equity. As well as if you're paying extra money on the principal, you're going to pay less interest. So while you're paying less interest because you're paying extra on your mortgage every month, then what will happen is that loan will re-amortize and you'll actually pay less interest over time. So, I always say right now is definitely the time to buy. While, yes, the interest rates are higher and everybody's sitting on the sidelines and maybe even charging on those credit cards, paying 25% interest, go ahead and buy the house now while you can. While the rates are high. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people sitting out right now. But if you guys go ahead and get in now, you can go ahead and get the home that you're hoping for, and then always refinance when the rates come down. Because if you guys wait for the rates to come down to get it back into the game, it's going to be a crazy time. People are going to get discouraged because they're not going to be able to get a house because there's going to be too many people. The market's going to be flooded.
The market will be saturated. Yes. So,
That's right.
so let's talk about that credit card debt for a moment, because we did talk about that the last time we brought up this, and there was a rule of thumb that we gave out. So I'll go over it again for those who are looking at buying and looking at your credit card debt. Like Charlemagne's right. Most credit card debt is 25, 26, 27, 28%, which is right at the limit of what they call usury. Usury is a legal term when the terms of a loan, the payback terms of a loan, are so high that it's considered almost illegal. So, but to deal with that credit card debt, two things: your credit score is going to be determined not just by how whether you make your payments on time or not. It's going to be determined
Right.
to a large degree on available credit. That means
That's
that if
right.
you have a credit card that has $1,000 balance, do not charge your cards up to the limit. First rule,
That's
do
right.
not, because if you do, and then the credit card bureaus say, oh, this person doesn't save any money. The second they get a penny, they spend it. They get a penny, they spend two. So
That's right.
that's going to make you look like a higher risk. Not only that, now we get into the available credit. Our credit
Mm-hmm.
scores are driven to a large degree by available credit, meaning that if you have
That's
a
right.
card, that you have a credit card that has $1,000 limit, again, do not charge up to the limit. You want to leave 2/3 of that credit limit available. So if I have a card that's got $1,000 limit, I really should not charge above $330 on that card. First rule. Because if you keep
Right.
your debt on that card at 30% or below, it makes you look responsible to the credit card bureaus. B, and most importantly, what I'm talking about now is available credit, because that leaves you with available credit. And our credit scores go up when we have higher available credit. So it helps us
That's
actually
right.
to get two, three, four credit cards and then keep the available credit high on all of them. Which
That's right.
I have I talked about it last time we talked about this. Unless it's an absolute emergency, I have a standing rule. I just paid off a credit card bill that was $300 and some dollars because I just. But when I charge $300 and I pay it off all at once, that drives my credit score up, because not only am I paying
That's
on
right.
time, I'm paying off my debt and I'm increasing my available credit. So
And one thing about credit that that I'd like to tell everybody is that what you're doing is great. In credit, though, is like school, and I love the analogy, and that is that with credit you have to be in attendance, which means you have to have some credit and definitely a credit card, because a credit card is going to help increase your credit score very quickly. Even if it's I'm not, I can't even say it, a secured card. Even if it's a
the
secured card,
secure
it's
card,
going to increase your, yes. It doesn't have to be unsecured. It'd be a secured card and it does the same thing. So being in attendance means have a credit card. The perfect mix would be one installment loan, which could be your car loan, a student loan, or just a regular installment loan, and two credit cards. And as Dad said, the balances needs to be low, meaning your available credit needs to be high. But you have to get your good marks, and your good marks are on time
on
payments.
time
So
payments.
as long as you make on time payments and you're in school, then you're going to do very, very well. And nobody gets credit for zeros. So if you leave your credit cards at a zero balance, then you're not going to get points for having a credit card at a zero balance. Zeros don't count. So it's a double-edged sword.
It
You
is.
got to run, $10 on those cards, $5 on the cards, just a very small amount, because that's going to really increase your credit scores very quickly. Somebody could have a 550 credit score and get two secure credit cards and have $10 on each card. And in 10 days, their credit score could be 600, just like that.
Yeah, yeah. What I do is I use one of my cards to buy gas, and when I buy the gas, I
Hmm.
set the cash aside. That way, when I come to
Hmm.
pay the bill, I'm not scrambling for the money to pay the bill. It's already sitting there, and I just take the cash.
Right.
Because if I wasn't going to buy gas cash, I would have spent that money right then. So I just take it and
That's
set it
right.
aside, and then when my credit card bill comes, I pay it off cash. It makes me look good. Like you said, I'm in school. I'm using the credit, but I'm not
That's right.
using it. So
You're not abusing it. You're using it.
that's right. That's right.
You're being very responsible. So, you guys, and what we're talking about is how to get you there. If you already own your home, that's great. But even if you own your home, these are still tips, because a lot of homeowners are wanting to take advantage of the equity in their home. They say the average homeowner has $274,000 in equity available to their advantage. And I have a lot of people calling me and they're wanting to take equity out of their home. So they're asking about home equity lines of credits, what type of credit score you need to have in order to do that. And so
Well,
typically,
Charlamagne, what mortgage lines of credit are out there? No.
I know, right? A home equity line of credit. And basically, you're getting a line of credit against your home. And many people are using that to pay for their debt that they have accumulated. So, again, that home equity line of credit, let's just say you have a rate of 14%. It's still 10% less than your credit cards. And
Yes.
and so that means that payment is going to be a lot cheaper than those credit cards, and you'll be able to pay it off. So, on the flip side, if you're trying to purchase a home and you have credit card debt, you know, if you are able to, again, pay those down so that way you can increase your score, especially if your score is low, but be able to purchase a home, you can actually have a 500 credit score and purchase a home. So that means that you could probably have some credit card debt and even have maxed out credit cards. So I'm not going to try to talk anybody out of it, meaning if you have a 500 credit score and you're able to get approved, then definitely do it, because again, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're creating savings for yourself and you're creating equity. And the main thing is to get that score up so you can refinance to get a lower rate.
Yes.
The interest that you're paying while you're renting, you don't get that back. The landlord doesn't say, thank you so much for paying your rent on time. I was able to pay off my house. I was able to send my kids off to college, and I was able to take my dream cruise to Alaska. They just don't tell you those things. But when you own a home, then you're able to take those trips and know that you're taking them and you've worked hard for them and you're paying yourself. You're truly investing in yourself. And again, it's kind of a double-edged sword, but when we start talking about the interest, it becomes a moot point, especially if you are going to apply extra to your principal.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you apply extra to your principal and that loan reamortizes, then that means there's less interest being charged. So you're able to effectively save money that way.
Okay, so that word reamortize, break that down for anyone that might not know what it means.
Very good. So basically, the interest that's being charged is being charged based off of a principal amount. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you start with a mortgage, that principal amount is set over the 30 years. Well, when you actually pay extra on that principal balance, now that loan has to reamortize with a new balance sheet, because now the principal amount is lower than it should be on its schedule.
So
You throw the system off.
By reamortization, we're basically saying that if you pay down your principal, you're basically changing the finance conditions of your mortgage every month.
That's
it's
right.
Reamortizing. It's really changing the conditions
Mm-hmm.
in your favor.
That's right. That's right. And so you want to make sure that you're in the position of home ownership, so you are able to effectively make those changes. When you're renting, if you pay extra on your rent, they're just going to say thank you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can pay your rent in advance. Yeah, right. Yeah. Pay your rent in advance. Thank you. You've done a good job, but you're not buying into anything. But with your mortgage, if you pay extra on it, guess what? You're buying into having more equity in your property and saving more money and paying that house off sooner. One extra house payment a year can shave off 10 years worth of interest.
There you go. There you go. And it's like we might even make it almost within the 15. But this is good information. We're going to do this every so often because, for one, the show is brought to people by Kids Wealth Now, but
yes.
Other than that, we want to keep educating people who may be listening that don't own a home or are thinking about buying,
right.
thinking about refinancing, or any of that. We want to.
Yes. We do it all. We help you purchase, refinance. And the biggest thing is don't let money stop you. And that's why most people don't apply. That's why most people don't even engage in a conversation about homeownership, because they're like, I ain't got the money. Well, I'm telling you, don't worry about. Don't worry about it. Contact me because there's lots of down payment assistance programs out there, and those will actually help get you into a home. I'm listed on the state of Texas website. I'm an approved vendor, lender for down payment assistance. So call us, complete the loan application so we can see what you can do. And if you currently own your home and you want to take some equity out so you can pay off those high credit cards, let's do that too. We can help you.
Okay.
And
And
that's our ish today.
yeah. And how does someone reach you?
Thank you for asking that question. So my phone number, 214-738-4913. Or you can email me at carmstrong at gold, financial.com. And you can go to my website, which is kisswealthnow.com. And then you can just even Google me. You'll see all my information. I don't have a Wikipedia page yet. I'm working on it. You can Google me. I'll come up.
That's right. I'll pop up for you.
I know, right? Just hey. So I appreciate everybody who has definitely tuned in today. We've enjoyed you guys, and the conversation has been great. And then Sean Nicole said 10% utilization is key. Yes, very, very true. And we appreciate that, Ms. Sean. Thank you for watching. And we love it. And anything that you guys want to talk about or learn more about, definitely let us know. We love the feedback. And
Yeah, put it into the Patreon, because go into the Patreon, tell us what subjects you want us to talk about, that kind of thing. You can donate and to our cause so that we can keep on growing, keep on expanding. So we're a little bit into the ish, but not very far.
That's right.
So
that's right. That is so true. So, all right. Well, we appreciate you guys, and we will talk to y'all next week on our regular scheduled day. And we might, and maybe we'll talk about this some more. We'll talk about some other stuff. Y'all have a blessed day, and we will see y'all next week.
See y'all next time.
Bye.